Good afternoon, crafters. Hopefully we are going out live. So thank you everyone for joining me today for the launch of our fabulous Chic Boutique collection. So this is a brand new collection that we have got launching brand new today. It'll be on the website from 6 p.m. this evening, and I'm going to show you all of the fabulous goodies that we've got in the box and exactly what you can expect from this fabulous collection. So, thank you everyone for joining me. Let me just have a little look at the comments. I've got my iPad set up over here. So, hello to Kirsty, hello to Barbara, Sarah, Nina, Christine's watching as well. Hello, Christine. She's done some fabulous cards for this collection. Hello to Jackie as well. Thank you all for joining me so far. I'm just going to give everyone a couple of minutes just to kind of find where we are, and then we will get started. So, Chic Boutique is all about kind of fabulous fashion, and you've kind of got a little sneak peek at what we are going to be creating behind me here. So it's all about the fabulous fashion collection. We've got shoes, we've got handbags, we've got really fun girly images, and you are going to love creating some of the projects with this particular collection. They are honestly fabulous to craft with. You are going to absolutely love it. You can go to town with all your glitters, all your colouring, but it's really, really easy to do. So I'm going to show you all of that today. I've got lots of demos planned, and I'm going to show you the kit. And then not only today, if you come back and join me tomorrow at 12 noon, we will be broadcasting live from the Chloe's Creative Cards page, and we'll be broadcasting onto the craft store as well. So there's a second chance to get even more inspiration tomorrow, and I'll be showing you the goodies again on there too. But of course, Chic Boutique will be launching at chloescreativecards.co.uk at 6 p.m. this evening. So, should we dive on in and have a little look at what is in the box? I'm going to pop the overhead camera in because I think that's probably kind of the easiest one to show it on. And I have got Chloe Cam set up, so we're all good to go on that front as well. Okay then. So I'll talk you through what you are getting in the collection first, and then I'll pop the price and the details in for it. So this is quite a large collection. There are lots of goodies in here. If you've already been on our YouTube channel this morning, you will have seen a little sneak peek at all of the goodies that are within this collection. So this is the starters of Chic Boutique, and you will see it is absolutely gorgeous. We've worked so hard on here, and we've been trying to kind of get everything pulled together, make sure that everything works perfectly so that you're going to be able to create these fabulous cards at home. So let's dive on in and have a look. I'm going to show you the stamp and die sets first because I think they are kind of the main part of your collection. So let's start off with the glamorous handbag. So this is a beautiful design that is going to be perfect for creating gorgeous handbags on your cards. So if you've got a handbag lover in your life, this is going to be absolutely perfect. You've got the gorgeous handbag design. You've then got a little happy birthday tag, some little kind of jewels that you can use as a bag charm, and a bow that you can be adding onto there. These look fabulous, glittered up. We've got an embossing folder coming up as well, for if you want to give it that quilted designer look, you can be doing that too. So that one is the glamorous handbag. Next up, we have got the princess dress, and everyone has been loving this one on Facebook. We popped a little sneaky peek up yesterday, and you've all been absolutely loving it. So we've got the beautiful dress design. So you've got your dress and you've got the die that coordinates. You've then got a little pair of shoes, and you've also got a little hanger, a bouquet, and then kind of like a little embellishment as well that you can be using on this one. I'm just going to move this light around just a little bit because I think it just looks a little bit dark. There we go. That's a bit better. So you can just see how you're going to be able to use this all together. And then within the die set, we've got a little set of flowers, and those are fabulous because what you can do is die cut these out, but they are really nice and small. So you can then dot them about on the dress to create a beautiful 3D look. So that one is the princess dress. Next up, we've got It's Your Birthday, and this one is gorgeous. This is an A6 stamp set. So you've got the lovely girl kind of holding the balloon. She's getting ready to go to the party. She's got a little shopping bags as well. So this is fabulous for using as a focal feature on your cards. So you've got the lovely image of the girl getting ready to go to the party there with the balloons. You've got the die that's going to cut that out. You've got an extra little balloon and you've got a little banner as well. So you can be using the bunting in the background. And then you've got two sentiments. One says time to celebrate and the other says it's your birthday. And you can see how gorgeous these are. They're going to go together absolutely perfectly and you're going to be able to create fabulous cards. I filmed a tutorial for YouTube with this one yesterday actually, so that'll be going up very soon, but showing you how you can add tulle onto the skirt to create like a lovely 3D effect as well. So that's It's Your Birthday. Next up, we have got the Elegant Lady, and this idea actually came from Rebecca, because what she was saying was, could we do like a lady, but so we could have two different dresses? So what we've done with this one, it looks a little bit weird on the stamp set, but trust me, it works perfectly, and I'm going to show you how to use it in my first demo. So you've got a lovely kind of prom dress design, then you've got the lovely elegant evening gown, and then you've got kind of just the top half of a lady. So you can kind of dress her up and pop whichever dress on that you would like. We've also got two little kind of bodice designs that you can overstamp into the bodice of the dress to create a lovely kind of patterned effect if you want to. Or if you want to go to town and use all of your sparklicious glitters, of course you can be doing that as well. So that one is the Elegant Lady. So that's like a 2-in-1 stamp and die set really. So again, the stamp set size is A6 in this one, and then you've got the dies to coordinate. Next up, we have got the Chic shoes. So these are perfect for the shoe lover in your life. They are absolutely fabulous. Really nice large size. So the largest die size is 13 centimetres by 12 centimetres. So you've got the pair of shoes in here. So they have kind of got a little fluffy top on. But if you want to, you can chop that off and pop the little bow on instead. Then you've got a lovely sentiment, which I truly believe in, which says, give a girl the right shoes and she can conquer the world. And I think that's very, very true. It's absolutely fabulous. So you can see how you can mix and match, build this up, add your glitters onto those shoes. Try using like your mirror cards and things as well to stamp them onto to give them that shiny effect. They're going to look amazing. So that is your Chic shoes stamp and die set. And then next up, we have got this one that, again, you have all been loving from the little sneak peeks. And I'll have to be honest, this is probably my favourite. So this is Stay Classy. So she is getting ready to go out on a night. She's got her sunglasses on. She's getting all glammed up, got her rollers in her hair. And you can see how fabulous this is going to be, as if she's like pin curling her hair. It looks amazing on your projects, and honestly, we've had the most fun making the cards with these. Really nice and easy to colour in as well. It's not too difficult. So you've got the lovely large image of Stay Classy here. So this is 10 centimetres by 13.5 centimetres. And then you've got kind of like the little lipstick print on here as well. You've got a little bow that you can be adding into her hair. You've got a sentiment which reads Happy Birthday. And then you've got another sentiment which reads Birthday mood classy, with a touch of sparkle. And I think that's very true for every day, to be honest. And then you've got a little coordinating die to die cut out that sentiment plaque. So it's going to be perfect for kind of placing onto your cards, adding that little finishing touch. So that one is Stay Classy. Next up, we have got a 3D embossing folder and die set. And I think, again, you are going to love this. Let me grab a card. This one uses it here, because I feel like the card is going to bring this to life. So this is your ornate frame, 3D embossing folder and metal die set. So what you're going to be able to do is use your metal dies to die cut out. And with this one, I would recommend die cutting first. But again, I'm going to show you how to use this in my demo. So you're going to die cut your frame out, and then you're going to pop it into the embossing folder and run it through your Gemini. And it's going to give you that 3D sculpted effect for this gorgeous ornate frame. Within the set as well, we kind of thought you might want to mat and layer with this, or you could create it as like a mirror. That makes sense. You could just put a piece of mirror card in the middle. But we thought to make the most of that die set, we've nested some ovals in there as well. So if you want to mat and layer up in the middle, you can do, because ovals are quite an awkward shape to kind of get them always to match. So we thought we'd pop those in to give you some extra versatility in there as well. So that's your ornate frame 3D embossing folder. Next up, we have got the beautiful lattice background 3D embossing folder. And this is going to give you that quilted 3D effect. It is 5x7 in size, so perfect for your smaller projects, or if you've only got an A5 die cutting machine, you're going to be able to run this one through. But if you want to create that designer quilted handbag look, you can do that with this embossing folder. Look at this card that Christine's made. She's done this on mirror card, but you can see how it then gives that beautiful 3D effect. Equally, if you just wanted to use this lattice folder kind of on its own, white on white little jewels on the little crosses, it would look amazing. So I think this is again going to be a really versatile embossing folder, not one that you'll just use with this collection. I think you'll use it with lots of others as well. Next up, we have got an 8x8 embossing folder in here as well. So you will need an A4 die cutting machine to use this one. But we've got this beautiful lace background embossing folder. And this is gorgeous. This is the kind of result that you are going to get with this. And again, I'm going to be showing you how to use this one. It is absolutely stunning. For wedding cards, this will be gorgeous as well. But to go with that fashion collection, we kind of just felt that you needed something that was kind of really elegant, really pretty, and again you can use it in different ways to create your backgrounds. So that's your lace background 8x8 embossing folder. Next up, I'm going to talk you through the little kind of accessory stamps, and then we'll have a look at the paper pad. So we've got Falling Sparkles, which is an A6 stamp, so a really nice large size. I think I may have taped this to the packaging so I didn't lose it. There we go. So we have done some stamps like this in the past, but these look fabulous if you stamp them, emboss them, and then add some glitter onto them. So let me grab a finished sample. So you can see how I've used that one in the background with Stay Classy, added some glitter over the top, and it gives you the most gorgeous effect. Really, really pretty. So that one is your Falling Sparkles, and we've designed this so you can line it up. So if you want to make like an 8x8 background out of it, you can do. You don't just have to be restricted by kind of the size of the A6 stamp. You can keep lining it up and keep creating a border with it too. So that one is Falling Sparkles. Next up, of course, you needed some little fashionable sentiments to add onto your projects as well. So we've got these ones here. So these are absolutely gorgeous. So we've got, I think we've got 8 stamps in here. Yeah, 8 different stamps. So we've got Have a Fabulous Birthday, Every Day is a Fashion Show, Some Girls Just Sparkle, Life's Too Short, Buy the Shoes and Handbag, To the Birthday Girl, Happy Birthday to the Fashion Queen, and then you've got this really useful kind of little sparkly trail background as well. Absolutely gorgeous. So that one is your Fashionable Birthday Sentiments. And then next up after that, this is one of those little stamps that you need to see it used, because honestly, it's one of those that you're going to use loads on your projects. So it's just A7 in size. It's a small stamp, but it is perfect for creating random backgrounds on your projects. So we've got lots of little dots on here and lots of little sparkles. So you can stamp this and emboss it using your Wow embossing glitters, and honestly, it looks absolutely beautiful. So you can kind of keep adding up to your background, kind of keep re-stamping it, adding your embossing powder on there and building up a bigger background with it too. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, really lovely. So that one is your Dots and Sparkles A7 stamp. And then finally, the paper pad. I have a feeling I may have opened this paper pad, so if any pages fall out, that is why. We've got the Chic Boutique 8x8 printed paper pad. You are getting 16 designs, 3 sheets of each. That's 48 in total. And these are the designs that you've got in here. We've got kind of the lipstick, we've got the plaid, we've got some lace, we've got some sparkles, a bit of pink leopard print. We have got some gorgeous kind of floral designs in here. Lots of different papers, but again, all with that lovely bright pastel-y colour theme. They are absolutely beautiful. I love this one. Kind of like the lavender type haze. Really, really pretty. And this one's really nice. It's like an out of focus glitter. So it looks fab on your project. And then we've got some gorgeous florals as well. So that is your 8x8 Chic Boutique paper pad, and you can see how perfect that is going to be for using with your different projects. The colours in here are gorgeous. That leopard print one, that is one of my favourites. I love it. It's fabulous. So within the I Need It All collection, now again, if you want to pick and choose, all of the items are available individually. But today I am just going to tell you about the I Need It All collection, and then you can have a look on the website at 6 and all of the individual prices will be up. So we've got the 8x8 paper pad, which is Chic Boutique. We have got the 8x8 embossing folder. You've got your Dots and Sparkles A7 stamp. You have got your Fashionable birthday sentiments. That's an A6 stamp set. We've got the Falling Sparkles A6 stamp. We've got the Lattice background 3D embossing folder, absolutely gorgeous. We've got the Ornate Frame 3D embossing folder and die set. I can't wait to show you this one because honestly, stunning. We've got our fabulous Stay Classy. She is so cute, so sassy. She's going to be perfect for using on lots of your projects. We've then got the Chic shoes. So they are going to be beautiful for any shoe lover that you've got in your life. I know a lot of my friends love shoes. We've then got the Elegant Lady, and again, that's the 2-in-1. So you're going to create 2 different looks with 1 stamp and die set, which is fabulous. We've then got It's Your Birthday, and this one is going to go really well with something else that we've got coming up that isn't in the I Need It All. It is a little bit separate, but it's going to be fab with something else. So that's It's Your Birthday. We've then got the Princess dress, which again is so pretty. Do you know what else I think you could probably do with this actually? You could pop some wings behind to make it like a fairy dress. Do you know, for like a child's birthday card? That would be really magical, but you could still layer it up and put all of the glitter on. And then finally, we've got the Glamorous handbag stamp and die set. So that is your I Need It All Chic Boutique collection. So I'm going to pop the price details in for you now. So this is a big bundle. So if you bought everything individually, it would come to £173.87. But we've knocked 20% off the bundle price of £139. And this will be available from 6 p.m. this evening at chloescreativecards.co.uk. Now, of course, as always, all of the items are available individually as well. So if you just think this full collection isn't for me, that's absolutely fine. You can pick and choose just a couple of elements. I think that paper pad is something that you're going to use lots and lots because it's not, for all it's called Chic Boutique, it's still quite floral, very pretty, so you can mix and match it with some of your other products that you've maybe already got from us. Those embossing folders that are going to be beautiful for using on kind of wedding cards. They look amazing on pearl card as well, absolutely gorgeous. And that ornate frame, I think lots of you are going to love that. But then the fashion elements, once you get making the cards with these, they are fabulous. I know that when Christine sent our design team samples back, she was like, I just can't stop making the cards with these. They are gorgeous. So yeah, I think you are going to love crafting with this one. So that is the Chic Boutique collection. So I'll leave that little graphic in, and then should we have a little look at some finished samples, because I think you need to see this in action. But before we do, I'm going to tell you about another 2 little additional items that we have got. So let me pop the overhead back in. There we go. We've got some brand new number dies. Now, these kind of build on from the relatives that we brought out. I think that was last year now. But these are going to be amazing for personalising your projects. So something that frustrates me with kind of number dies and things is I want them to be like, if I'm putting the number on there, sometimes I might want to build my card up around the numbers, if that makes sense. You want them to be a bit more of a statement. But then sometimes you might just want to put a smaller number on as well. So we've got 2 different sets. We've got the large numbers, which are lovely. These work great on your 8x8 cards. I'm just going to open this set up so you can just see them. See them in the flesh. That's what we need. My word, this one is well stuck down. There we go. There we go. Right, we're into it. So that is your large number set. So these are going to be amazing for personalising your project. So I've got a lovely card here, which I can bring in to show you, where you can see we've got that 18 there. But you can see on an 8x8 card, they really make a statement. They are absolutely fab, and I'm sure you're going to have lots of uses for these. And then we've also got the small numbers. So if you maybe just make smaller cards, these are going to be great for using on those. So we've got a card here. This is a 6x8 card. And you can see how we've just put the little 21st in the top corner there. So you can see how that's going to work perfectly on some of your projects. So of course you've got the ST, you've got the TH, you've got the ND and the RD as well. So you're going to be able to build up the sentiments that you want on your projects. So we've got the large set and the small set. These are available separately to the I Need It All collection because I appreciate that maybe not everyone will want a set of number dies. So we've just popped these on as a separate item. But again, these will be launching on the website at 6 p.m. this evening. Becca has just handed me a fabulous little board that she's just done as well, which shows you the difference in the size. So these are your large numbers at the top, and then these are the smaller ones just going along the bottom. But you can see how great they are going to be for personalising your projects and using in lots of different ways as well. So now that I have shown you everything that is going to be launching at 6 p.m. this evening at chloescreativecards.co.uk, should we have a little look at some finished samples? Because the design team have been beavering away so hard on these, and I think that we need to have a little look at them. So they are absolutely fabulous. So should we go on Chloe Cam for this? Let me get a few lined up and we'll Chloe Cam this, I think. So let me get the first one in and then we'll go for it. Okay then. So this is the first card here. So this is a gorgeous one that Christine has made, and she's used the lovely glamorous handbag there. Really, really lovely. And then she's die cut out the numbers in the middle here and added a little bit of glitter behind. Absolutely fabulous. But look at it stamped and embossed on the little on the mirror card as well. And then using a little bit of glitter as well. Really, really lovely. So that one is using the glamorous handbag. Next one up, we've got one of Becca's gorgeous cards, and she is using that elegant lady, and you can see how she's paper pieced that dress using some of the patterned papers as well, just on the bottom there, and then using our DL pierced and scallop die set, and she's used one of the relatives as well. Next up, we have got this one here, which uses those lovely chic shoes. This is another one of Rebecca's. This is a one that I filmed for YouTube yesterday, actually. So you can see how we've used that ornate frame just to the side, and we've used the little string bow, which we've brought out previously, and we've used the chic shoes as well. Next up, let me have a little look. I think I've kind of organised these all into different little sections. So we've got the lovely elegant lady again here, and this is one of Christine's. And look at the detail on that ornate frame. I'm going to move it in a bit closer if I can, because you need to see how beautiful and detailed that 3D embossing folder is. It is absolutely gorgeous. So that one is using the elegant lady. She's used some of the papers as well. Use that dots and sparkles background as well. That you're going to use that loads. Like that is going to be one of those stamps that lives on your desk. She's then used the elegant lady in the middle and using the elegant flowers from a previous collection as well. Next up, I'm trying not to knock them all out of my little stand here. Let me just grab these. Next up, we've got one of Becca's gorgeous cards using the elegant lady there. And look, she's done 3. Done them all in gold and then added that every day is a fashion show sentiment to the bottom there. And you can see how fab that looks. Using different glitters as well. So she used 3 different sparklicious glitters on there, and doesn't that look gorgeous? And again, that little dots and sparkles stamp along the top and the bottom, it works perfectly. We've then got this little one here, all in pink and black. I think this one might be one of Christine's actually, but you can see how gorgeous that is. Using glossy accents on the shoes as well to give them kind of that patent leather look. Really, really lovely. Using a bit of sparklishness in the background as well, of course, and using some of the flowers from the Flower Builder last month too. We've then got this gorgeous one from Glynis, and you can see how she's gone to town with the colour in there. She's used some of the vellum from the Flower Builder collection last month, and you can see how beautiful that one is. She's used the papers as well and matte and layered all that up, and you can see how gorgeous that is there. And then next up, we have got this one from Rebecca, and I love this. I absolutely love how she's created these little pieces for the shoes here, using one of the stamen dies. Isn't that really cool? And then using the handbag and the shoes together. And of course, life's too short, buy the shoes and handbag. Very true. Words I like to live by. She's used that the little stamp in the background from the sentiment set as well to create your own background. You can see how lovely that is. I can see that Rebecca's just put the comment on for the number die price. Thank you. So the large numbers are £20.99 and the small numbers are £9.99. So really good value for those number sets as well. So let me grab a few more finished samples because this is what is... You're just going to love it. You're going to love crafting with these. Let me grab the next little set in. Of course, all of these have been photographed as well, so they will be going up over the next kind of few weeks, but you can see how gorgeous that one is there. So this one is using the It's Your Birthday stamp and using the large numbers as well. But look at how well those large numbers fit in the middle of that ornate frame as well. We've sized them so you can use them in different ways. So you can see how fabulous that one is. So that's It's Your Birthday. And again, using some of the embossing folders that we've brought out previously in the background as well. Everything mixes and matches. This is another one from It's Your Birthday. And this is one that I've done for YouTube. So I've made a little kind of tulle skirt. So I've added a little bit of, it was just like some tulle that we bought off, I think we bought it off Amazon, to be honest. But you can see how much texture that then adds to the project. So I've used my favourite pink leopard print paper. Like, I love leopard print. It's absolutely fabulous. And then we've used the lace background embossing folder as well. And we've used those large number dies. I can see that a few of you are asking for the sizes and things of the number dies. They will all be on the website at 6 p.m. this evening. So you'll have the Chic Boutique items available individually. You'll then have the Chic Boutique I Need It All collection. That doesn't include the number dies. And then you will have the number dies as 2 standalone items. So you can mix and match and choose if you would like to add the number dies or if you wouldn't. Or maybe you just make smaller cards, you'd just like the small set. Maybe you just like the large set. So we've kind of left them out so that you can choose which ones you would like. So that one is It's Your Birthday. But again, you can see how well they go with the number die. This particular stamp goes with the number dies. I think it's absolutely perfect for creating these kind of projects. This is one of Becca's cards and she's created like a fold back. So she's used some of the Chic Boutique papers, which are really nice, pretty peachy, pinky colours, gorgeous. She's used the It's Your Birthday stamp here and coloured her in. And then she's done a little fold back card and used a sentiment in the middle as well. So you can see how fabulous that is. So that one is using It's Your Birthday. And then next up, now this is really cool. This is one of Christine's. So she has made a shaker. I don't know if we'll be able to see that on the camera, but it's got little sequins behind the number. So you can then shake it, which is really cool. Using that It's Your Birthday as well. And then adding the little banner just across the top. She's used the little ST, which you get in the set as well, and using a little balloon as well. Oh, I can see Dan's joining us as well. Hello, Dan. I'll be on the craft store tomorrow at 12 noon with this collection too. So you can see how fabulous that then looks. Next up, let me grab, I've got a few more card samples and then we're now on through this little batch. Let me grab these ones. So this one you were all loving on Facebook yesterday, I have to say. So I've prepped a little demo for today using this one. And there is a story behind this one. So this is the actual dress that's on the packaging. So Rebecca actually made the dress and she brought it in. I was like, no, we need to put some flowers on. We need more sparkle on there. So I sent it back and we put some flowers on and you can see how it looks fab. Layering it up, this is exactly how we intended this to be used. So we've done a layer on card, a layer on vellum and a layer on heat resistant acetate as well. So when you see this in the flesh, it is so three-dimensional. It looks gorgeous. And again, mixing and matching with some of the dies we've done in the past. The decorative ovals work perfectly with these and using the sentiment as well. And then next up, we've got a fold back card from Glynis. Look at this. This is a showstopper. This is written up to go on the blog at some point as well. So you can see, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So she's used the papers actually from the Flower Builder collection last month with this one, and then she's used the dress in the middle and like done the little flowers down the side. I think that looks gorgeous. And then we've got another couple of shoe samples here. we've got this one. And then we've got this one as well. Using some matte mirror card on there, stamping and embossing. Really gorgeous. And then let me grab the other samples because, like, Stay Classy, she's got a little stand of her own here. So let me pop this next one in. When this one came into the office, we're all like, oh, we love this. This is one of Christine's. Look at that. Doesn't she look fabulous? I absolutely love her. I think she's fab. So you can see, using that stamp, she's getting all glammed up, getting her lipstick on. Pop that little ribbon in the hair as well. You can see how fab that looks. And you can see how we can build the background up on there too. This one is one of mine. This was actually my mum's birthday card. It is written inside as well. So you can see how fab that one looks. But I'm going to hold this in really close. I'm hoping you might be able to see it. Can you see the background stamp there? So I've stamped and embossed it onto white using sparkling snow wow powder. But honestly, in the flesh, it looks so sparkly. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up. But yeah, fab. So that one is Stay Classy. And then this one as well. Using those different stamps in the background. You can use these in loads of different ways. Really, really pretty. And then we've got this one with the pink hair. This is cool. There we go. Let me stand this. See if I can stand this one up. There we go. Isn't she just fab? And those flowers again from the Flower Builder. Look at how beautifully they go with these. Absolutely gorgeous. And then finally, this is one of Rebecca's. And when she brought this in, we were like, that is such a cool idea. So she's used a little bit of cotton wool just around the top as if she's got like a fluffy dressing gown on getting ready. I think that looks fab. And again, all in the black and silver. Absolutely gorgeous. So you can see how lovely that looks. So that one is Stay Classy. So I'm going to pop the graphic back in for the I Need It All collection because this shows you what you get in there. So again, the I Need It All collection, the bundle price is £139. But all of the items are available individually as well if you'd just like to pick and choose which ones you would like to go for. So I'll pop the graphic in and I'm going to get ready for a little demo. So we're going to be using the Elegant Lady first. We're going to do a gorgeous blue card. It's one of Christine's actually. So when I saw it, I thought, oh, that looks fab. We need to show that. So yes, we're going to do that one first. So let me grab the bits and pieces in, and then we will be ready to go. Just try to move my iPad there so it's not in the way of Chloe Cam, so that if I need to hold anything up, I can do. I'm going to pop the card in. Pop it on the overhead actually. There we go. And then you can see what we are going to be creating first up. So this one is going to be using the Elegant Lady. We're going to be using the ornate frame as well. We've got it all going on here. So to get started, we're going to do a bit of matting and layering. And we're going to use our lace embossing folder to create a beautiful background too. So to start off with, we've taken some of the papers from the Chic Boutique paper pad. So we've gone for this beautiful kind of like hazy blue effect one. We've got one of the starry ones, and then we've got this gorgeous kind of slightly patterned one. Really, really pretty, just to bring everything together. So we're going to start off with some silver mirror card, and we are working on an 8x8 card. So I'm going to take a little bit of Dry's Clear PVA glue just onto the back of here. And then we'll stick that one down. And then we've got another gorgeous blue layer here, which I'm going to stick down flat. So what I've done, of course, I've gone around the edges with my chisel tip glue pen. And I have glittered it with a little bit of Crystal Crush Sparklicious glitter. And of course, all of the glitters and sparkles we do have on the website as well. So hop over and have a little look at chloescreativecards.co.uk. Okay, so I've got that bit there. And then next up, we're going to layer these three together. So we've got a lovely piece of white card and we've got some silver mirror as well. So just get this stuck together. And this, I always like to build my card base up first. It just depends how you kind of like to work, really. And then I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to use a little bit of foam on the back of this one. So of course, our foam pads on a roll. These are fabulous. I know that lots of you are converted to using the foam pads on a roll. They are fab. So I would love to know in the comments, what has been your favourite element of Chic Boutique so far? Have you got one that you've seen that you're like, oh, I love that, I can't wait to get crafting with that one? Please do let me know in the comments. I'm doing my best to kind of keep up. They're just a little bit, the way it shows up on my iPad, it's just a little bit hard to read sometimes. But I'm doing my best to kind of keep checking, have a little look to see who's watching. So we'll take the backs off of those foam pads and then we'll stick this down at like a little jaunty angle just on our base card. Like that. So you can see how fab that's then looking. And then we're going to take the next bit of silver and the next bit of blue. I'm going to glitter the blue. So I'm going to use my Crystal Crush glitter. And I'm going to use a little bit of scrap paper. And I'm going to use a chisel tip glue pen. Okay. Oh, I'm seeing the balloons, the 3D frame. Stay classy. I can see that you are all loving those ones. That's fabulous. I know it's hard to pick your favourite, isn't it? That's the thing. And I think sometimes you think, oh, you know, like until you get started making with something, then you're like, oh yeah, I love this. So, a little bit of glitter just around the edge here. Like so. So we've got that nicely glittered up. If you do, like I've gone a little bit outside the lines there as well, you can just use a little bit of card just to nudge that back. And then we're going to stick this one on flat. So just a little bit of PVA glue onto the back of here. And I know it always looks like I'm putting loads of PVA glue on here, but I'm not. It's only a very small amount with having that little metal tip on there. And we'll stick that one onto there. And then we're going to take the backing off to here as well. Oh, Christine's favourite is Stay Classy, then the 3D frames, and then the girl with the balloons. So we're going to pop this layer down onto our card. So again, I'm going off at a slightly different angle. And then we've got a little piece of crystal white pearl card. But before we stick this on, we are going to emboss it. So we're going to pop that into our 8x8 embossing folder. So this one is just a standard depth embossing folder. So the plates that we are going to use for this one are just our base plate and our cutting plate. So the 2 white or 2 clear plates for your Gemini. And then we'll send that through. Me and Becca were talking about this actually the other day. We feel like it's a challenge to see how far we can push the Gemini plates, because I don't like to replace them that often. So we just keep going, keep using them. Okay, so we're going to open that up. Look at the beautiful embossing on there. It's gorgeous. So you've got that lovely lace pattern now embossed onto the card. So we're going to pop that down and I'm going to stick that down onto my base card. Again, just with some foam pads. So if you don't want to make this card as dimensional as I am, that is fine. Just stick some of the layers flat instead. There we go. And then we'll stick that down onto our base card. Okay, and then next up we are going to use this beautiful ornate frame. So I've got one that I've already done that I've got some foam pads on the back of, but I'm going to show you how I did this. So we're going to take our ornate frame die and our 3D embossing folder. So I'm going to take the frame die first. Very lazy yesterday, look, I've left all my low tack tape on everything. probably thinking to save me using any more today. So I've just popped that down onto my silver mirror card. And then we're going to take our plate. So I'm going to use my base plate, my plastic shimmer, my cutting plate to die cut this one out. So send this through the Gemini. There we go. So just sending that through, and then we'll lift this out, and then you'll see. Looks a bit weird at this point, but trust me, it comes together. She says. We've got the frame shape die cut. Okay. So then next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take our embossing folder. Now I've got a little top tip for the embossing folder. I was trying to explain this one yesterday. And I don't think I was quite clear in explaining it, so I'm hoping I get it across in the right way today. So what you'll tend to find is with your 3D embossing folder, well, with any embossing folder actually, they basically work by pushing the fibres of the paper through into the design. So you've got like a positive and a negative, the two push together, and that gives you your impression. So you're in effect stretching the fibres of your paper. So what that means is it can move a little bit when you send it through your machine. So what I have found is my little top tip for this one is you are going to take your 3D embossing folder, but you're going to line it up so it looks more in line at the bottom end than it does at the top. I'm going to tape this and then I'll try and show you. Let me just get this in the right place. Probably about there. Okay, so I'll see if I can chloe cam this actually. Let me see if I can get this in nice and close. There we go. So can you see how it looks like I've got it lined up great at the bottom, not so great at the top? Yeah, does that make sense? So then when we close this and run it through, I'm going to run it through open side of the embossing folder first. Okay, so I'm going to take my base plate and my plastic shim like this, and I'm going to send that through. And then when we lift that out, it's kind of shuffled up a little bit. So if I put this back on chloe cam now, this button here, there we go. Can you see how it's moved it up a little bit to the top? Okay. That way maybe, there we go. You might be able to see that there. So then when I take this out, you've got your frame all nicely lined up. Okay. Let's take my low tack tape off the back. I think it might tear. There we go. But you can see, pop that on that plate and then hold it up to the, I'll hold it up to this camera. Can you see the beautiful 3D effect that you've got on that embossing? It's absolutely gorgeous. And if you do it in white as well, it kind of looks like that plastery effect, you know, like on ceiling roses. Really, really pretty. And of course you could be inking over the top of this as well with your distress inks. But again, it's not necessarily just something that you'd use with Chic Boutique. It's got a lot of versatility because you can use this in a lot of different ways. So I've got a little frame that I've already popped on some foam pads. So I've done a double layer of foam pads. So we've got double depth on there. And then what I've also done, well, what Christine's done on the original, is she's taken a little oval and we're going to pop that in just behind. So I'm going to stick mine flat on the card and then have this bit raised, I think, so that we can then add a little bit of glitter onto there. So what we're going to do is take our card and we're going to pop that oval about in the middle. So I'm going to take some foam pads, take the backs off the foam pads. Like this. Oh, Beverly, you're right. On white with a bit of gilding wax on, yes, it would look gorgeous. I do like a bit of gilding wax. I took it home though because I was painting some canvases randomly for in the house. So my gilding wax got taken home, and it's one of those where if it leaves for the building, it's likely not to return. So I'm going to pop that down about the middle of my card, okay? And then we're going to take this little oval, and I've already popped a bit of double-sided adhesive on here. So just a double-sided adhesive sheet. So that's now sticky, okay? And then we'll take our scrap paper in again, and we're going to use a bit of Frosty Christmas glitter. So this is really pretty. So we'll sprinkle that over the top. This has got little stars in as well. I do like this one. So sprinkle that over the top. See, not just for Christmas. You can use it all year round. So we'll sprinkle that over. Tap away the excess. And then that's created a lovely little glittery background to go on this one. So then we're going to pop that back into the jar. And then we'll get this stuck down. Normally have a little rubbish basket, and I've tidied up all under my desk, but I've tidied my rubbish basket with it. It's very annoying. There we go. Right, so we're going to take the oval and we're going to stick that down in the middle of the frame. So a little bit of glue just on the back here. Okay. My word, I can't believe we've been going for nearly 45 minutes. This has gone so quick so far. There we go. So we stuck that down in the middle. So that's then created that little glittery background. So next up, we're going to create the lovely lady in the dress. So it's probably going to make a bit of sense if I show you this one. So on your stamp set, you've got your two dresses and you've got your lady as well. So it's a little bit kind of different how we're going to build this one up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a black ink pad. So I'm going to use my VersaFine Claire ink pad, which I did have. There it is. And I like to emboss. So I'm going to use my Wow Clear Gloss embossing powder. If you're colouring using pens, you would need to use a dye-based ink. So something like Memento if you didn't want to emboss. I like to emboss. I like the crispness of the lines. So what we're then going to do is take our lady. So we've got this little part here, which is a head, and then you can pick a dress to go with her. So I can get them both on my block here. So I'm going for this dress, but you could go for the other one, and I'm going to go and steal her out of the other basket because I can then show you, she says, how we can mix and match them. So we'll do this one first, and then I'll show you how you can kind of mix and match and choose. So we're going to take our ink pad. We're going to ink up the lady. So ink her up first, and then we'll ink up our dress like that. And then we'll take a baby wipe because I've just realised we've got ink all over that block. There we go. Such a messy crafter. And then we can take a little anti-static bag, dust our card over before we stamp. And then we're going to stamp this one down just onto here, like this. And then we'll lift that off. So you can see the detail on the stamps is really nice. It's really nice kind of fine lines. And then we're going to sprinkle over that clear gloss embossing powder, tap away the excess. And then I'll take my heat tool and just heat this up. There we go. So I'm just going to give that a little second just to cool off, give it a little waft. And then we're going to take the dies. So we've got the die for the bottom of the dress. And again, the dies make it really easy because then you've got no kind of cutting out to do or anything like that. So tape that down there. And then we'll take the top half of the lady and tape this one down. So this is really fun. This is like those paper kind of dress up dolls. So much fun to do. Again, I think with kids this would be a good little craft to do as well, to get kids crafting. It would be fab. So we're going to take our base plate and our plastic shim, and then we'll pop our cutting plate on the top, and I'm just sending that through my Gemini machine. There we go. I'm going to move that inky stamp out of my way. Okay, and then we'll take this out. We've got our lovely die cut dress, and we've got the lady as well. So then you can see how you can take the lady and you can pop this little dress on her to dress her up. Or you can take the thinner kind of evening gown dress and dress her up that way as well. So you can see how you can mix and match and use the two. So what we're going to do is we'll start and colour her in now. I've got one that I've already coloured. Got this one here and glittered up a little bit. So we'll start with the lady. So I've been using my Copic markers to colour in with. So for the skin, I've been going for Cotton Pearl, Milky White and Soft Sun. So those are kind of the three that I've been using. So I'm going to go in and start to colour her in like this. So I'm using Milky White first. And we just kind of want a bit of colour on there. There's not too much colouring to do on these, to be perfectly honest. There we go. And then take a little bit of Soft Sun. Just add that in there. Just want to add just a little bit of kind of shading. Just to kind of take that, and then we can blend that in a little bit as well. And then you can take a couple of maybe like browns to colour her hair. You can really personalise this to the person that you're giving it to. So we'll take a little bit of brown. Put that in. A little bit of a darker brown as well, just to add a little bit of depth. But you can see how that then starts to come together. And then we can take the other dress, the dress. We can take the dress, and then I've got some blue pens here. So I've just pulled like a selection of blue out. So we've got a paler one, which is frost blue, which I'm going to put like a base coat down all over the full dress. And again, you don't have to be too careful when you do this. They're quite kind of artsy images, if that makes sense. So you can be quite like loose with the colouring in. So just pop a little bit of blue down just to kind of get the colour on here. And there we go. And then we can take the next one, which is Robin's Egg Blue. Okay, and just kind of follow the lines of the stamp in the folds of the dress. Obviously you can spend a lot more time than I am colouring here. But you can kind of just drag that colour down from the top of the dress, like this. And then we can take that frost blue, go back over and just blend. And then we can take a little bit of a darker blue again. So this one is Holiday Blue. Oh, I've just seen a comment from Christine there. We should have lots more. And leopard print outfits as well. Oh, my word, yes. We should have done this dress on the pink leopard, shouldn't we? And paper pieced it. That would look fabulous. Honestly, my wardrobe at home, half of it is leopard actually. I do love an animal print. So you can just start to add a little bit of darker colour in as well. So again, we're just kind of blending, adding the colour. Like I say, you've got a lot more time to kind of blend out the colours. And we've got some YouTubes going up as well, which are a bit more kind of in-depth than the Facebook Lives that we do. But you still, like for all I'm saying, you can kind of blend and stuff. You still want to keep a little bit of definition. You don't want to over blend the designs either. Because you still want to see like that light and the light and dark. There we go. Sorry, I will be here all day colouring. But you can see how that comes together. So what we've then done on the finished one is I've just added a little bit of Crystal Crush glitter. So that's now dry. And then on her hair, I've added some little diamantes just around the top of her bun. Dressed her up a little bit there. So what we'll do now is we'll get this stuck together. Move these pens. There we go. So then we're going to take a little bit of Dry's Clear PVA. Just get this stuck down onto there. Like that. And then you can see how lovely that comes together. So we can flip that up, flip her over there. And then we can use some foam pads just on the back to kind of decoupage her up. So we'll just use a few foam pads onto the back of there. I'm going to bring the card in and she's going to get stuck down right into the middle of that. I'm going to double layer her. I think she needs to stand out a bit more. Do a little quick double layer of foam pads. And there we go. So you can see how lovely that then looks in the middle. So then next up, Christine's taken the lovely elegant flower and she's layered them up on some vellum. So this, I think this might be our Vista Blue vellum that we've used. So we've taken the elegant flower, we've put the base one out of some vellum, and then we're going to take the filigree one that's been die cut from some white card. And we are just going to glitter that. So to do that, I'm going to use my chisel tip glue pen and just, I mean, it is very filigree, so you do have to be a little bit gentle, but kind of just pull the glue all over the top like this. Okay, and then, and again, if you're watching this video, it will stay up on Facebook and it'll go up on the YouTube as well. So what you can then do is you can go back and watch it. So if you buy the collection, you've got lots of kind of inspiration then that you can then go back and refer to. So we're just going to just pinch down the middle of these flowers. Ordinarily, I'd have given it a little bit more time to kind of dry. And then we'll pinch around these ones as well. Okay, and then we're going to add a little blob of glue into the middle and just layer it directly up like up over the top like that. Okay, and then we will grab in just the other one that I had made up. What have I done with it? Got the medium one. I've literally just had that in my hand. Oh, there it is. Oh, dropped off the table. Right, so we'll take that one, and then I'm going to use a little bit of pin flare glue gel. Now, I'll be honest, mine is a little bit blocked, so I'm going to just cut the end off the tube. So take a little bit of glue gel, pop that on the back, and pop this one up here. A little bit of glue gel on the back of this one. If you are enjoying today's live, I will be back on the craft store tomorrow at 12 noon. So please do have a little tune in if you can and join me live. There we go. So we can tuck those in there. And then we've got some of our lovely foliage that is from our fabulous foliage, the foiled acetate. So we've got 2 little pieces of that we're just going to tuck in behind, just to kind of finish that off. And a little sparkler as well. See if I've got one in here. Might have to get the little sparkler pot. I'm going to pop that to one side and I'll do a little sentiment whilst we get the sparklers on the go. So we're going to use Some Girls Just Sparkle and Have a Fabulous Birthday for our greeting on here. I'm going to pop that one there. That one up there. Just pick off my little bits of glitter. And I've got some crystal white pearl card. So again, I'm going to go in with my anti-static pad, give it a little dust over, and then I'm going to take my polished silver. We might have to use metallic silver sparkle. So I'm going to ink this one up, and then we'll position these down onto the card and press, and then we'll lift that off, and I'm using my lovely metallic silver sparkle just over the top there. There we go, and then we're going to pop that to one side. But again, for all that's an embossing glitter, you can really see how it's picked up all of the detail on the stamp. So then we'll take these and heat them up. And then we'll take my little guillotine, which I've got here, and we'll just trim this one down. So you can see how lovely those little sentiments are to kind of finish off your projects. So what we can then do is you can take a little bit of silver mirror card to map those up. I do believe I've used my piece of silver mirror card on the wrong part of the card. I've used it for the oval, and I think I've done 2. So you could then just take your little sentiments and pop those on, matted and layered up, and that would then give you a beautiful finished project just like this one here. So you can see how all of the different elements are going to come together and work perfectly so that you can create these beautiful cards at home. But it is really easy to do, and I think once you start to kind of break it down and see the different ways that you can use things, that's when it's all like, yes, we can do that. Because sometimes when you see the finished project, it looks a little bit kind of, you think, oh, that doesn't look very achievable. But once we show you all of the techniques, it's really, really easy. And it's really easy to break them down as well. So that is one of Christine's gorgeous cards. And hopefully I've done that justice and shown you how to recreate that one. But you can see how using the elements together and mixing and matching, they are going to work absolutely perfectly. So I did promise you the princess dress next. So I'm going to pop you a little graphic in with a couple of little finished samples, and then you can have a look at those while I have a little tidy up, because I've created absolute carnage behind this desk. And then we'll do another demo. So hopefully you'll be able to join me for the next one. I am going to turn the microphone off just while I do this, just in case you worry that the sound's gone. It hasn't, it's me. So I'll pop these card samples in, and then I'll be back with you in a moment for another demo. So I promised you the princess dress, and that is what we are going to be creating next. So I'm going to be showing you how to create the beautiful, actually it was on that finished sample we were just having a look at, the beautiful princess dress with the little flowers on. So I did do it as a rectangle card as the finished sample, but we're going to make it as a little 7x7 square for this demo. So I'll pop the overhead camera in, and then you can have a little look at this one. So here we go. So again, I've taken a couple of papers from that lovely paper pad. So I've gone for this beautiful pink one, and then this pink floral. But I mean, you could equally use the other side as well. They are absolutely beautiful. So I've started off with a 7x7 card blank, and then I've used our scalloped and pierced square dies, which are offer of the week at the moment. So have a little look on the website, because that offer ends tomorrow. But these are great for creating your mats and layers. So I've used one of the scallop dies first to die cut this one out. So I'm going to take the back off of the foam pads. I've found a little rubbish basket that I can pop underneath the counter now. That'll help keep me nice and tidy. It's always hard when you're crafting, isn't it? You end up with just like your stamping mat to work on. So then next up, we've taken the pierced square, and I've just die cut that from some white card. So I'll take the backs off of these. Again, I am trying my best to have a little look at the comments and see what everyone is commenting on. Hopefully you are all loving this collection. Again, it will be on sale from 6 p.m. tonight at chloescreativecards.co.uk. So what I've done next is taken the next size down in the scalloped squares, and I've die cut that from the pink paper, and then I've just added 3 little jewels into each corner. Okay, and we're going to stick this one on just flat. No stress, just flat on this one. No foam pads. So you can see how that's coming together there. And then we've used one of the older dies as well. So we've used the, this is the 5x7 decorative rectangle, which is lovely. So we're going to take the backs off of those. And pop that onto there. And then we're going to take a little bit of glue on the back and stick the little white oval just in the middle. And again, I've edged that with a bit of Crystallina. To be fair, I do edge most of the mats and layers with a little bit of Crystallina. So you can see how that's coming together there. So next up, we're going to stamp and emboss that lovely dress. So let me get the dress stamp out and my die set, which we've got here, and I'll just grab an acrylic block. So we're going to take the princess dress and pop it onto the block. I love how you've got the little hanger as well. I think the little hanger is just the cutest thing. So for this one, you were going to need some rose quartz pearl card, some rose quartz vellum and some heat resistant acetate, and then a little bit of pink mirror, matte mirror or mirror card as well. So I'll show you it on the card, the vellum and the acetate, okay? So we're going to take our stamp and we're going to take an anti-static pad just over our first bit of card, and then we're going to take a Wow Clear embossing ink pad, okay? I'm going to ink up the stamp. Like that. And then we're going to position this down and press. So again, you want firm, even pressure all over that stamp. And then we'll lift that off. And then we're going to take metallic silver, super fine. I don't know if I've missed the bottom corner there. The feeling I might have done. Then we'll take a bit of scrap paper. See, this is what happens when I'm crafting, talking and keeping up with comments at the same time. I have missed a little bit there. But we'll do the next one on the vellum, it's fine. So we'll heat this up. There we go. So then we'll do the next one onto some vellum. So this is the rose quartz vellum. I think I just did the anti-static bag there when I took a breath in. That wasn't a great idea. Right, so we're going to take our stamp and we'll re-ink that using our clear embossing ink pad. And then we're going to take our stamp and just position that down and press. And you don't need loads of pressure either. You can I like the thinner acrylic blocks. I know some people like stamping platforms. I personally don't get on with them. I like an acrylic block. And I like the thinner ones because I think that then your fingertips are more closer to your card. So it's a little bit easier. You don't need as much pressure on them then. Because I can remember when like acrylics, well, these are photopolymer, but like acrylic and photopolymer stamps first came out. And the blocks were like this thick. And it did make it harder to stamp, but personally I think that these thinner acrylic blocks are brilliant. Okay, so we'll heat this one up. This is going to be super quick on the vellum, okay? There we go. You can see how that is nicely embossed on the vellum. So then next up, we'll take some heat resistant acetate. Actually, I don't know why I've anti-static that. We're finding at the minute with this particular heat resistant acetate we've got, it's slightly better if you don't anti-static it. So, re-ink the stamp. Okay. Now with acetate, you want to go in, but you don't want to put too much pressure on it, okay? You want to place it down, keep one hand on it at all times, press round with the other, and then lift off, okay? And then we'll take our Wow Metallic Silver Sparkle embossing powder, and I'm just going to tap off the excess over there. The heat resistant acetate at the moment just seems to be really staticky and I've got no idea why, but anyway. So we'll heat this up. So there is a little bit of static on here, but I'm not going to panic because we're going to chop some of it off, so it's fine. So what we then do is take our little die and we're going to die cut the dresses out, okay? So your die is going to line up perfectly over the top like this. So you're going to cut the 3 little dresses out. Personally, with the acetate one, use your scissors. Don't use your die because it's a little bit tricky to cut the plastic on your die cutting machine. So I personally would just use my scissors to die cut that one. So what we're then going to do, if I bring the finished sample in, is we're going to cut the layers away. So the first one, we're going to keep it pretty whole with the vellum. But we're going to take our scissors, which are here. We're going to just cut up the dress like this. Just roughly following a line on there. Don't have to be too precise about it. Kind of just get in there and just get that trimmed. So it looks a little bit strange at the moment, but it's going to come together. So that one's going to go down onto there. And then for the acetate layer, we're going to take this. If we have a little look, can you see how we've cut just the bottom of the skirt off there? So we're going to take off just this bottom layer here. And again, because it's on acetate, it's really quite easy to trim into. It's not kind of too difficult or anything like that. And then same thing again, you're going to just cut up the dress like this. And this makes such a difference because it gives you that bit of movement. So what we're then going to do is take our vellum layer and we're going to take a little foam pad and just pop that onto there. And I'm going to take the acetate layer and fold these up, and you can really kind of scrunch them. And then stick that one on there. Again, little foam pad. Just on the back. And then we've taken the top of the dress and cut the bodice part away and just glittered that with a little bit of Crystal Crush glitter. And again, we can take a little bit of foam pad, pop that on the back, like that. Okay, and now we can start to go to town a bit with the embellishments. So I'm going to take my Crystal Crush glitter, which I've got there. And I'm going to take a bit of Diamante Sparkle as well, just to do the top part of the dress. Now, I know that Diamante Sparkle has been out of stock for quite a while, but don't panic, it is coming back into stock. So we should have that very soon. Well, not very soon, but we should have it soon. So I'm going to take my glitter and sprinkle that over the top. Okay, and then I'm going to take some pink self-adhesive sparkles, and I seem to have popped them down somewhere. Let me have a little look. Oh, I've tidied them. There's some. There we go. So we'll take the little sparkles and we're going to start and drop some of these onto the dress. But what we're also going to do is take our Dries Clear PVA glue and just randomly pop a few little dots onto the dress. Again, you don't have to be kind of too precise with it. You can just randomly dot it about, and you could have done it layer by layer and then it would have caught a little bit underneath as well. Okay, so just a couple of random little dots. Okay, and then we've taken the little flowers that are in the die set and we've just cut them from a little scrap of pink matte mirror card. Can you see that there? Okay, and then we're going to take our little flowers, we'll pull the little petals up, a little blob of glue on the back, and just dot these about on the dress. And these have been sized so they are like the perfect size to pop on here. So we can just start to dot these about. And then we can maybe add a little one over here as well. Okay, and maybe there's one here. But you can see how you can start and go to town and just kind of layer these up wherever you would like. Put one more on maybe. There we go. And then you can take some of your little self-adhesive sparkles. I've got the little hanger as well. So what I would do is just pop a tiny bit of glue just on the back of the straps there. And you can just pop that down on there. And then I'll take some tweezers. Just take some little self-adhesive sparkles and just dot these about. Like this. And again, you've got a little bit more time at home than I have to kind of just pop these down in place. Okay. And then I've got a little bow that we've just tied from some satin ribbon. I'm going to just pop across the middle and add a little sparkler as well. Okay, and then we'll take our card blank back in and we'll grab our card. And again, all of the cards that I've made, and I think I've got a few more as well because we filmed like lots of the little quick tutorials for Facebook with this. So the cards that I've made will pop in the orders as well for the new collection. So if you are placing an order over the next few days, you might be lucky and get a lovely handmade card. So pop the little princess dress onto there. And then we've got a little sentiment which says, some girls just sparkle, which again is very true. So we'll pop that onto there. And then we can just take another couple of the little sparklers onto there, and then just a few dotted about in the background like this. And that would then be your finished card. So that is using the lovely princess dress stamp and die set. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching me make that one as well. So this is all using the brand new Chic Boutique collection, which will be launching at chloescreativecards.co.uk tonight. Okay, and it'll be available online from 6 PM this evening. So I'm going to pop the little graphic in for the I Need It All collection, and I've got one more demo that I would love to show you. And then that is the Chic Boutique collection. I think I've shown you lots today. So hopefully you've got lots of inspiration as to how to use it when you get it home. But yes. Okay, I'm going to pop the graphics in. Again, as always, all of the items are available individually. I'm just showing you the full bundle, but all of the individual items will be on the website from 6 PM this evening. So I'm just going to reset. So I will knock the microphone off, and then we will be ready for my final demo of the day. I was speedy that time. So we're going to be using Stay Classy for the next one because I just think she's fab. So we're going to be using her for the next demo, and we're going to be using it to create a decagon card. Now, because this is kind of my final demo of the day, I have already done quite a bit of the prep for this one. So I've used the 8x8 decagons dies, and I've just cut, I think it was 2 or 3 in. I've made a slightly smaller card blank. So I've die cut my card blank out, just hung my die over the fold on the edge, and you can see how that's then created the decagon shaped card. So what I've then done is taken some azalea pearl card and one of the lovely papers from the paper pad, and I've just matted and layered those together. So just pop a little bit of PVA glue onto the back and then position that down. And that will then give us our lovely little card blank. And what you need to make sure of with the decagons is you have a straight edge at the bottom. You don't want to end up with a point, otherwise your card won't stand. So you want to make sure you've got that nice straight edge at the bottom. I've then taken one of the next ones in, and I've done that on a Azalea Pearl card, and I've used one of the lovely backing papers as well. So we're then going to pop that down onto there. And then this is what I really want to show you, this background stamp. So this is Dots and Sparkles. I wonder if Chloe Cam's going to pick this up slightly better. Let me move that bit of paper out the way. And then I'll hold it up. Let me get it lined up. Here we go. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to see the glitter on that background. It looks gorgeous. So what I've done, and I'm going to show you how to do this now, is I've just taken the little Dots and Sparkles stamp, and I've got it on my acrylic block here. And I've just taken some crystal, just some plain white card. And then I've used my Wow Clear Embossing ink pad and my little anti-static bag. So dust. And then use your ink pad, ink your stamp up. And then all I've done is just randomly stamp the background all over my little piece of card. It's one of those stamps where it doesn't really matter if it overlaps. It's quite a kind of abstract image. So we can just add this in. And you can just keep layering this, keep stamping it. Like I say, if it overlaps, it doesn't really matter. There we go. Okay. And then you can take something like Diamond White. Now, me and Becca were talking about this earlier because I did one with Sparkling Snow, which looked really pretty. But I actually think I prefer the Diamond White now I've seen it. So, Diamond White is white but with a silver hologram powder in. So it's just a little bit more than Sparkling Snow, if that makes sense. There we go. So then you can just heat this up. There we go. And that then gives you that lovely, I know it's probably really hard to see on the camera, but it gives you that lovely glittery background, but it's quite subtle, so it's quite nice to use on some of your projects. So what we'll then do is I've taken them one of the Decagon dies and just die cut that out so it's ready to stick in the middle of my card. It just adds a little bit more than just using a bit of plain white. So there we go. Pop that down there. So then to stay classy, I just wanted to give you a bit of an idea of how to colour her in, because it's quite a nice stamp to colour. So I'm going to grab my pens. So for my kind of skin tony colour, I'm going to use Milky White, Cotton Pearl, Soft Sun. And then for a hair, I'm going to go for Brick Beige. Maybe a bit of this one. This one's a bit darker. And a bit of sand, I think. Might have a bit of a darker colour in as well, yeah. We'll see how we get there with the hair, but we're going to start with the skin tone first. So again, taking your lightest colour, you're just going to colour are in like this. And all I've done is just stamped and embossed her in my VersaFine Clair ink pad. So I've used Nocturne, which is the black. And then I've just embossed her in clear. Super fine. Clear gloss, super fine embossing powder. So then we can start and take our pens and just kind of lay down a little bit of a base colour. Like this. And again, you're going to have loads more time than what I have to kind of spend the time shading and colouring this properly. But hopefully it'll give you a few ideas as to how you can kind of colour this one in. So I'm going to take Soft Sun next, which is my darkest colour, and just add a bit of shading around her hair. Makes me feel like a makeup artist doing this, like I'm doing my contouring and all such like. You can really have fun with this. I have to say as well, is anyone else obsessed with colour analysis at the moment? It's just like the most amazing thing ever. I'm like colouring things in at the moment. I'm like, oh, she's a spring. Makes me think of things like that. If you haven't seen it, have a look at colour analysis online. It's fab. Okay, so anyway, I went off on a bit of a tangent there. So we're going to colour her in like this, and then we're going to use a bit of Cotton Pearl, which is like that mid shade, to kind of blend it out. Sorry, I will go really quiet. I'm finding it really weird as well because I'm working at a really odd angle so that I don't get my head in shot of the camera. But anyway, the things we do, eh? So you can see how you can just colour her in like this, and you can keep going back and adding layers of colour like this. And then again, we can go in with a little bit of this kind of Soft Sun. Just add a little bit of shade into here. Use a bit of that mid colour to kind of just blend it out like this. And then I'm going to use, actually I'm going to do our little rollers first. So to do those, I use this one, which is light prawn and a bit of coral in there as well. So we'll start off with the light prawn. And then just a little bit of coral. I don't tend to blend this, to be honest. Just go in and do a little scribble like this. So you can either make her look like she's got like curly hair, or you can put the rollers in. So, for example, or in this one's case, I think this is one of Christine's, you can give her pink hair. You can do whatever you like. So you can do this in lots of different ways. So I'm going to go back in and colour her hair in now. So I'm going to use Brick Beige to start with. So we'll make her blonde. But you can make these really personal to the person that you're sending them to as well, which I think is really, really lovely. Yeah, I do remember when I used to go to create, this is a funny story, terrible story, but anyway, when I used to go down to create and craft, and when my back was really bad, I couldn't actually dry my hair. So I used to go to the hairdressers just before, like the day before, so when we'd be travelling down, and I used to go and get my hair blow dried, and I'd be like, can you pin it just so then it lasts a bit longer? So then I'd have to drive down to Peterborough, even going in the services and things, with my hair all pinned in the hope that it didn't fall out for the next morning. Eesh, what a time. So I'm going to go in with this darker colour now, which is a bit of sand. And again, you can just blend that out as well. And then I'll go in with a bit of this coral, not light brown, coral on our lips. Like that. And then we can take a little bit of a darker red. Maybe it's just to kind of add a little bit of shade in. So this is crimson. Okay. And then what you can then do is I've then just taken my Sparkalicious glitters and glittered her up. So I've used Diamante Sparkle on her sunglasses. I've used Raspberry Pink for this little part of her top that she's got on. And then I have used Tiara just around the bottom here, just to kind of bling her up a little bit. And then you can take some little jewels. So I'll use my bling box here. So we'll give her a nice ring. Pop that one on there, and then we'll add 2 little studs just into our ears. And this is the thing, this is genuinely so much fun to craft with. Like, we've had an absolute blast making the cards with these. It's been brilliant and so much fun, and that's what crafting should be about. It should be about just having fun and making what you enjoy to create. So we're going to take our card blank now, and we're going to pop this just straight onto our card, and then we'll flip that round and we'll pop some foam pads onto the back like that. Don't forget as well, I'll be back on the craft store at 12 o'clock tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that. It will be different demos as well tomorrow. So be sure to join me again at 12. We'll still be using Chic Boutique, but I'll be showing you 2 different projects, which is very exciting. We have only got an hour though, and I probably won't get in quite as much as I did today, but I'm certainly going to try and show you as much as I possibly can. So what I've then done is taken the little sentiment from Stay Classy, which says birthday mood, classy with a touch of sparkle. So we're going to pop that just at a little jaunty angle there. And then we're going to add a little bow. So this is just some sheer pink ribbon. Put that there. And of course, it's not complete without a sparkler in the middle, because I don't like to see the knots. So pop that there. And that would then be your finished project. So we've made this one. We've made the gorgeous pink princess dress, and we've made this one during today's live. I've lost my sparkler for the middle of the flower. Let me put another one in. In fact, I might not have even put one in, I don't know. I want a large one. There we go. So that has been all using the brand new Chic Boutique collection, which will be launching on our website at 6 p.m. this evening. I'm going to pop the little graphic back in so I can talk you through exactly what you're going to get in the I Need It All collection. So within the Chic Boutique I Need It All collection, you are going to get the Chic Boutique paper pad. You're going to get the lace background 8x8 embossing folder. You're going to get the Fashionable Sentiments stamp set. You are going to get the Falling Sparkles A6 stamp set. You're going to get the Dots and Sparkles A7 stamp. You are going to get the Ornate Frame 3D embossing folder and die. You're going to get the Chic Shoes stamp and die. The Lattice Background 3D embossing folder. The Stay Classy stamp and die set. It's Your Birthday stamp and die set. Princess Dress stamp and die set. Glamorous Handbag stamp and die set, and the Elegant Lady stamp and die set. So that is jam-packed with lots of fashionable, sassy, fun crafting goodies that you are going to love crafting with. So that is your Chic Boutique I Need It All collection. As always, everything is available individually as well, and everything will be on our website at 6 p.m. this evening. So that is chloescreativecards.co.uk. So I think all that is left to say from me is thank you very much for joining me today. I really hope you've enjoyed today's live, and we have given you lots of inspiration with the Chic Boutique collection. Of course, you can shop everything online from 6 p.m. this evening at chloescreativecards.co.uk. And if you would like to see me show you this collection again, you can join me live on the craft store tomorrow at 12 noon. So I really hope that you've enjoyed crafting along with me today, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you for joining me. Bye.